You don't have time to justify yourself again before Jeff interrupts you. Have you ever seen a man bleed to death? Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I am back for more Loveless Biker Boys. In the last episode, we got to go on a date with Dice. In the last episode, we got to go on a date with Dice, and then he bit a chunk out of my neck. So maybe I'm gonna try to get an ending that's a little bit less gruesome.
Nope.
But I doubt that will happen. I'm just gonna zip around a little bit because he asked me a bunch of questions. I think I get one ending if I answer all of his questions correctly except one? Yes, sure, I can protect myself. Of course I can. Talk about biker stuff. I think I asked about him last time, so do I ask about more biker stuff? Can you tell me more about biker stuff? About your gang or something? The gang that I'm supposed to be joining? Gang-related facts? Gang facts? I'm glad you're interested. There are not so many gang facts. I can even tell you all of them if you want. Let's start with the simplest facts. Facts about appearance. You might have already noticed that I have a bit of a strange biker suit. I don't even wear a helmet. Ha! I thought your helmet just wasn't with you. I even imagined that your helmet could be. No, dude, I don't have a helmet at all. I don't need one. Why so? Do you have a head of steel or what? No, I just never fly off the bike, unlike many others. My head is safe without a helmet. Always wear a helmet. Always. Dang it, because of you, I lost my place. I should have been telling you about the facts, not making excuses why I don't wear a helmet. Ugh. Dice shouted at you, after which he mumbled something irritably, grimaced, and continued talking. Shut up and listen, please. How rude. You fell silent and pretended you were listening to him, as focused as possible without being distracted by anything else. You don't want to annoy him again. Our costumes are made of anything, just like our motorcycles. Some make them out of pieces of clothing and fittings. The main part of the costumes are spikes, but not every gang has spikes on the costume. Costumes are not our armor, at least for many bikers. For some, it may be a weapon. Like Jeff? I'd rather tell you about how I started the gang or something. Okay. It'll be so interesting to know. Yeah, it's certainly more interesting than typical dating questions. I always wanted to have my own gang since my father was a biker. Oh yeah, this part. I've seen this part. I understood everything. I think I understood everything. Everything is short and clear. I think that's enough. It's a pity that you don't want to hear more. I was even ready to tell you. But, okay, whatever you say, Espoir. I'm glad you understand. I think I told you everything I could for now. I'm even a little tired. I think I'll do another little quiz for you. Another survey? I'm gonna get this one wrong. They're bikers. The legals are bikers. Yeah, but that's not what I wanted to hear. Oh, what a pity. You screwed up. Aw, sorry. It's not like I did that on purpose or anything. Biker stuff is hard. Don't worry. You'll have even more questions in the future. You know, man, I like you. But I don't like you enough. I can't accept you into the gang yet. But I can't let you go because I might change my mind. Oh no. Dang it. Okay, so I got the ending where I get my throat torn out, but I didn't get the ending that says Dice got carried away, so I will be using the walkthrough to get that ending. Actually, I don't know if I want to see Dice get carried away. I'm not sure if I could protect myself. It's okay if you can't. I'll put you in a pair with not the strongest biker. It'll be easy for you two. Together it'll be much easier for you to be bikers. Well, I mean, that biker is not really weak. He's just afraid to show people his real strength. And he has a habit of getting into trouble, which makes me very worried about him. I'm worried despite the fact that his actions sometimes annoy me. Ugh. I hope that being in a team with you, he'll one day stop finding problems on his head. I hope you don't like to look for problems either. I don't want to look after you like small children. But if you feel like you're in danger, or if you see someone looking at you askance, just tell me, okay? Okay, I will. Even if you're not sure that you're in danger. Thank you for your concern, boss. I didn't think you'd worry about me. That is a little bit more considerate than I expected. I just don't want some cases to happen again. Ah? What cases? Are you talking about when Sweet Farai got kidnapped? Kidnapping. I wouldn't want to be kidnapped. Me neither. Nobody wants that. I think this short excursion into the topics of facts and biker things is enough for you now. You have any questions? I asked you one question, so I guess it's your turn now. Don't worry about asking questions. I don't bite. Probably. Yes, you did. Let me think. Then you ask about biker stuff. And then you ask more about biker stuff. I like your thirst for knowledge. Well, you asked about biker stuff. I told you about the facts of appearance, but I didn't tell you the most important thing. Wait, can I learn more about the facts of appearance? I thought that was enough for you. But okay, there's something else interesting I can tell you. Go ahead. Have I already told you about the spikes? Yeah? For those gangs in which there are spikes, this is not only a beautiful decoration and a practical weapon. It can be like a title, or it can be used as an indicator as to how fluffed up you are in our gang. So why does Jate have so many spikes? What? I don't understand what that means at all. It's like how sick or crazy you are. Oh, those are some pretty big spikes on your shoulders. I didn't attach any importance to them, besides that they look cool and makes you look like an anime villain. Well, they're not that big. I'm not crazy, don't worry. I beg to differ. I have big spikes because I have the title of leader. Oh, true, the leader must stand out. The craziest biker has more spikes than me. You mean Jate? But they're randomly placed on his helmet. And what would my title be? You'd get one spike in the middle of your head because you're a cute little unicorn. I don't know yet. Probably the newbie. Oh, but I am the newbie. I know, but is that the bad thing? It sounds good. You'll have to have some tiny spikes on your shoulders. But if you show your character, I'll reward you with a lot of spikes. Cool. Okay then. Yay, I got all the questions right. Great, you didn't even screw up. Congratulations. You're just lucky. I really like you. You're not that annoying. I'm ready to accept you, but before that, I want to do something, okay? Something what? I want to lick your face. Dude, why? Why you gotta make it weird? Why you gotta make it weird? What? Shut up. I haven't finished yet. It's a tradition of my family. Like, if we like someone, we lick their face as a sign of friendship. I understand that this may seem strange, but trust me, there's nothing scary or dangerous about it. Moreover, my tongue is very clean. Okay. That sounds even cute? It's not cute. It's a tradition. Well, think what you want. Oh, I'm thinking what I want, all right. I'm thinking that I don't want you to do that. Prepare your face, idiot. I hope you at least washed your face today. Oh no! Dice stuck out his inhumanly long tongue, only half the length. He licked his lips, looking at you with a smile. Dice's tongue was salivating profusely and wriggling. clinging closer to you and wrapping his hand around your face. He began to lick it. It felt unpleasant and even a little disgusting. His tongue was very warm and wet and very slobbering on you. Suddenly, he licked your eyelid to... Stay away from my eyes! Fortunately, you managed to close your eyes so that his saliva wouldn't get into them. Laughing, Carol approached as close as possible. Your faces were practically touching now. He licked your nose and pulled away. Ew. You taste so effing gross. Whose fault is that? You wiped the drool off your face. I thought you liked the way I tasted. I'm all wet. I wanted to make sure that you really are so tasteless. But it doesn't matter. Well, congrats. You're in our gang now. Yeah. Yay! How very fortunate. This is exactly what I wanted. Good ending. Dice got carried away. Do I dare try to get the bad ending called Tooth Crunch? Sure. Say yes. Ask about him. Ask if his teeth are fake. They're cool, no doubt. But I have a question. What question? Are your teeth fake? Huh? What do you mean? They look like fake ones. Like, they look as if they're covered with gold paint. How'd you think of that? Of course. These are my own teeth. No paint. Ew. No fake ones. He laughed a little stiffly, but there was still a smirk on his face. Yeah. But I don't think that's possible, Dice. If you don't like my teeth, you could say so. We don't welcome jokes about teeth and inappropriate questions. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, Dice. You have to call me boss. As if out of nowhere, Dice pulled out his weapon, brass knuckles, as shiny as his teeth. You didn't notice how he did it. Most likely he took them out of his pockets. Dice looked at you, excitedly, flaunting his shiny, gilded brass knuckles. Oh no, are you going to put those knuckles to my little face? He ran the spikes of one of the brass knuckles across your cheek, leaving a scratch on it. He's so close it made you shiver. Boss? What are you going to do? Your skin covered in a cold sweat. You don't know what to expect from him. You just hope that he wants to intimidate you. Me? I'll paint the asphalt with your blood. It'll be just like a festive morning. Oh no! He pointed his fist at you and stuck out his tongue. His long, wet tongue literally reached his eyes. Ugh. I'm gonna break your ribs, peel off your skin, gut you. Okay, maybe just break a couple ribs. What, boss? Please, don't do that. I would like you to not do that, please. It's unforgivable. No one in the gang has normal teeth. That's why I'm going to knock out a couple of your teeth, too. Let's see how well you can defend yourself. Dice swung and hit you right in the stomach. That's not my teeth! The blow forced you to twist in an unnatural position and wrap your arms around your stomach. Ugh! You felt nauseous and dizzy. Your eyes darted to the right and left of him, looking for a way out. There was nowhere left to go, no help at all. You wanted to just run away, but Dice hit you again. Ow. Because of his next blow, you could no longer restrain your retching and vomited right on Dice's shoes. Oh no! Right on his Timbs? Right on his New Balances? Right on his Skechers? I don't know any other shoe brands. Your stomach clenched in pain. Blarg. Ugh, weak. Dice growled with displeasure. Why does every weakling get my shoes dirty? You wiped bile from your lips. Well, maybe you shouldn't have punched me in the stomach. You could barely stand on your feet. Your fear of falling was worse than the pain, much worse. If you fall, he'll probably beat you to death. You look at the boredom in which he's looking at you, and your eyes begin to water. Dice puts his brass knuckles back in his pockets. Oh, thank goodness. Dude, come on. I only hit you a couple of times. Don't disappoint me any more than you already have. Dice swung at you, and you covered yourself with your hands, but he hit past, hitting your shoulder with spikes. It was like he was teasing you. Oh, you almost dodged. Yeah, you're so fluffing boring. You're just whining. Try to fight me or something. Let's get this over with. Dice takes you by the hair and hits you in the jaw. Ow! That made you bite your tongue. Now you feel blood in your mouth. And you can feel a tooth coming loose. Ow! Hey, straighten up now. You look like a darn question mark. Dice stuck his fingers in your mouth and ran all over your teeth in search of the most loose. He wiggled your lower tooth back and forth to loosen it from the jawbone and ligaments that held it in place. Rude! You closed your eyes in expectation that you would be in a lot of pain. Dice gently turned and tugged at the tooth. Editor me, you were sure to put a teeth warning at the beginning of this video, right? Right? He made some effort to pull it out. Ugh! Oh, well, at least he's happy. There's a lot more blood in your mouth now. It didn't hurt very much. The blow hurt more. A tooth for a tooth. Bad ending. Tooth crunch. That's not as bad as I expected it to be, but still. Oh dear, there's one more ending called Wasted Time, and it looks really bad. It's like I basically mess everything up. Hey, let's do it. So the walkthrough says to call yourself Rival Biker Boys. What? Are you kidding? We're not that lame gang. Oh, what a pity. You screwed up. Sorry. Biker stuff is hard. Dang, you don't fit in our gang at all. You just wasted my time. You did it on purpose to distract me from really important crap. I didn't mean to do that. I totally meant to do that. Maybe I just can't be a biker. I've already been so distracted already. It really annoys me when people waste my time. I'm tired of being friendly with you. I'll show you what I usually do with those who waste my time. I mean, you've already bitten out my neck. You've stabbed me. You've licked my face. You've torn out my tooth. What else are you gonna do to me? What else can you possibly do except a combination of all those things? Who distracts other bikers so that others will take advantage of the fact that our gang was distracted. He's walking towards you. It doesn't seem like it's going to end well, for sure. Why aren't you running, then? He pushes you hard in the chest, making you lose your balance. His fist instantly crunches into your nose, and you fall backwards to the ground. Dice doesn't stop there, as he presses you with his boot. You let out a strangled wheeze. Dice climbs on top of you and grabs you by the throat with one hand. Aw, what a pity. Dice laughs, pointing the fist of his other hand at you. It's a pity that I didn't think of using brass knuckles. But still, I don't want to disfigure your face much. Yet. You start squirming under him and try to scream, for which you receive another blow. I'm sorry, please don't do this. I didn't want to waste your time. Don't waste any more of your time killing me. Unbridled anger shoots through him. His lips twist in a brutal grin. It's time for you to lie down and rest, Espoir. Oh no! Carol rewards you with the last punch that lands on your jaw. Your head flies back and hits the ground from the impact. In a matter of seconds, you lose consciousness. Dice takes his hand off your neck. He didn't strangle you, but he held you tight enough that his hands left bruises. Owie? That's not so bad. Uh-oh. This might be bad. When you wake up, you're in the garage. You groan, clutching your forehead with your hands. You're lying on the floor, covered in blood, and you can feel that a tooth has been broken. You fell with your chin. The skin was cut to the bone. Ooh, why am I lying on the floor? What happened? You got knocked the fluff out. What's happening? Hey, you're up early. What did you do to me while I was out? Nothing. I didn't want to put you gently on the floor or anything. I just threw you, because you're heavy as a bag of crap. Dice takes his gold rapier from the floor by the hilt. I could have done what I had in mind back when you were out, but it wouldn't be as interesting, you know. Oh, no. He drags his rapier across the floor when he approaches you. I haven't used it for its intended purpose in so long. Dice points the rapier at your eye. What did I say about eye stuff? He takes you by the shirt and pulls you to him. Oh, dear. The tip of his rapier is as sharp as a syringe needle. A shiver runs through your body. What are you gonna do? Your voice is shaking, and you're scared to death. Don't move, or it'll get worse. Dice sticks out his tongue and bites it lightly. He brings his rapier close to your eye. You flinch as he pricks you, finally. The pain in your eyes is burning and sharp, as if you're getting an injection without anesthesia, but only several times worse. By gum, this sure is rude. You feel splattered drops of blood drip down that stains your clothes. You try to scream in pain, but you can't even hear your voice anymore. You don't even have the strength to breathe a sigh of relief. Dang, it's like pretty gross, but so mesmerizing. Hey, I have an idea. I want to try something else, so don't pass out. Come here. Dice sets the rapier down onto the floor. Something seems to prevent you from losing consciousness, but you're already barely standing on your feet. Dice hugs you before you really fall. Stay still. He leans forward a little to get closer to your face, gazing intently at all that's left of your eye. You don't feel anything anymore, but Dice continues to torment the brutalized socket. He doesn't seem to notice how you've died from what he's been doing. Finally, he has had enough playing with you and pulls his tongue out. Then, just steps back and throws you onto the floor.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
The boss played with you enough in return for the time he wasted on you. That is an understatement. And the award for most brutal death Espoir du Vide has ever seen in a visual novel goes to... Dice! Okay, I'm gonna get this Duke ending. I've named myself Duke and restarted enough times to get Jeff to be my friend. Well, I don't think he's gonna be my friend, but I think this is not gonna be a very pretty ending. Like I said, in the walkthrough, the instructions for this ending just says, name yourself Duke, question mark, question mark, question mark, good luck. Jeff, what are you gonna do to me? Hey, newbie, could you remind me of your name, please? It's just very familiar. My name is Duke. Why do you ask? Oh no! Duke. I've heard of a man with that name. My companion was talking about him. Oh, I don't think I know your companion. He said that a man with that name had kidnapped him. Then I definitely don't know your companion. I don't do that. I don't know what Duke looks like, but I think he looks like you. No, this is some kind of misunderstanding. I'm not the one you're talking about. Jeff confidently heads in your direction. You have nowhere to go or hide from him, even though you didn't do it. You're afraid he's going to hurt you. Coming up to you, grabbing you by the throat, he pre-rewards you with a heavy blow. Ah! After that, Jeff pushes you hard against the garage door. The whole body seems to be paralyzed for a moment. It takes a huge effort to make just one simple movement. He's breathing heavily from behind his helmet and staring straight into your eyes. He doesn't take his eyes off you. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. You probably came here for a reason. You just came to make fun of us. What? Why do you think that? You don't know yourself. You know that only one biker from our gang knows what Duke looks like. No, I'm not him. You don't have time to justify yourself again before Jeff interrupts you. Have you ever seen a man bleed to death? It's beautiful, especially when the person deserves it. After the last sentence, you shudder. Jeff, I think it's better to resolve this situation in some other way, you know? You can show me to your friend. I think he confirmed that it's not me. Am I right? No, I can't take that risk. I don't want to scare Virai. I can't just bring you to him and say, "Oh, listen, is this the guy who recently kidnapped you and bullied you in the company of other bikers?" Darn, you're just annoying me. I don't want to hear any more of this bullcrap. Oh no! You unsuccessfully tried to repeat to Jeff that you were not involved in what he's talking about at all again. But it only makes him angrier. He kicks you in the stomach so hard. The blood immediately gushes out from your mouth, splashing on your upper lip and running in drops to your chin. Ow! You fall to the floor and immediately curl up. From these actions of yours, he becomes even more furious, and promptly stops trying to control himself. Oh no, he's gonna let loose! Punches and kicks rain down on you. I mean, I like that you're defending Virai, that's nice. You try to get up a couple of times, but you fall and crawl away, gasping and choking on your own blood. It starts getting dark behind your eyes, your lips and fingers numbing. Jeff kicks you hard with his heavy boot, throwing you to the other door. He squats down to you, looks at you, and laughs. He's enjoying your suffering. He runs his hand through your hair. Then he gets up and takes you by it, lifting your head. It doesn't make you feel afraid anymore. You don't care. You pray to yourself that all this will just end faster. You get a crushing blow to your head against the garage door. Ow! Your ears are ringing. You can't see much because of the dizziness. Jeff starts violently banging your head against the door. Ow. Your head progressively turning into mincemeat from Jeff's constant blows. The drops of blood flying from you stain his clothes and biker helmet. Later, he finally left you alone. He looks at you again, and you look at him. Am I able to look at him? Jeff, how could you? You already feel the life leaving your body. The last thing you see, before the eternal darkness, is Jeff waving his hand in front of you. He seems to be saying goodbye to you, but you can't hear it. You lose consciousness, and Jeff disfigures you one last time by crushing your head with his feet. Jeff spits contemptuously on your flattened head that lies next to his feet. That was kind of rude. Duke would be out of luck if he were in your place. All right, I'm not too mad about that one. He was just defending his friend, but, you know, you gotta maybe stop and listen to someone before you turn their face into mincemeat. Okay, back with our great friend, Jite. I don't think I got his good ending. I think all I got was his bad endings. And thank you so much for the developer to have made a walkthrough. Tell him how I feel. I feel terrible. Keep silent. Don't try to cheer him up, because he's being a jerk. Ask about the gang. And then laugh at his joke that wasn't all that funny. I'm having fun with you, man. You're not as much of a sucker as I thought. Huh? I'm glad. I think the very special moment has come. What do you mean, very special moment? What is that? Stay here. Jite quickly returned to you with a saucepan and ladle in his hands. Oh no. The saucepan smelled strongly of raw meat and all kind of spices. Gosh! I'm sure hungry. My berry thinks my throat's been cut. Is that meat? Yeah. It's for you. We're gonna eat together. I would try, but are you sure that the meat is good and edible? Oh yeah, I forgot he likes to eat raw meat. Ugh. It's not premium quality meat, but it's something. But it don't matter. It has cool taste that makes even other bikers' eyes pop out. You've persuaded me. I'll try. You can try, Espoir in the game. I'm not. See the table on the right? Stand next to the side. Jete put down the ladle, returning to the shelf, and brought a meat grinder. The saucepan was left on the floor because no more space was on the table. He took out pieces of meat, examined them, and put them in and turned on the meat grinder. Ooh. You weren't sure what kind of meat it was, but it looked good. The meat was twisted, turned into mincemeat, and fell right on the table, which made you squeamish. After all the meat was now minced, Jete decided to try it. He scooped up some. Granny slappin' good. Your turn to try. You took the ladle from him. You were a little afraid to eat it, but since he eats it too, then you have nothing to be afraid of. You licked it, and it tasted pretty good. It's delicious, unless it's like lunch meat or something, despite the fact that it's raw. Heh! I knew you'd like it. You passed the ladle to each other until you had eaten all of the meat. He ate most of it because you're not a fan of raw meat of unknown origin. Whoa. I'm full as a tick. I had fun eating with you. So am I, but may I ask what kind of meat it was? Oh, It was a possum, if memory serves. Oh, I've never eaten them before. It was very good for a possum. Yeah, they're good. Next time I'm gonna make meatballs out of the possum. You can join too, heh, meat friend. Yay. Ooh, friend, ooh, meat friends. Meat heaven. Okay. Oh, Padar, you have something to say? It is not the end. Oh, or did I... Oh, okay, I did exactly what I needed to do. Oh, wait, no. This ending is called The Worm Has Become Fresh Meat. Oh, no! You waited for him to say something. He was just weirdly silent. It made you uneasy. What exactly was going through his mind? The conditions for this ending was to get the boot stomp ending. Guess what happens in that? 2 times, and I forgot that I did that, and, this might not be pretty. Then it hit you, or more like kicked you. Bang! Your head hit the ground hard, almost cracking your skull, and your stomach was not helping with the pain. Your vision was dazed, but you managed to look back up at him. His crazy half-toothed smile jeered at you. You felt a sharp pain in your stomach, and looked down, seeing bloodstains and tiny holes on your shirt. You were heavily confused. How could one simple kick do that? 'Cause he has spikes on his boots. He's the craziest. He has the most spikes. You were brought out of your confusion once he kicked you in the leg, grabbing your attention. He held up his boots, spikes covering the bottom like some sort of cleat. Well, at least that explains the little holes, but what the fluff? Who does that? What the heck is wrong with him? Why did he kick you? Yeah, I think the only condition for him attacking you is to ask more about him. What in the world did you actually do to deserve that? Questions ran through your mind, but you couldn't get any answers as he leaned down towards you. He looked down at your wounds and grinned with a sickening smile, grazing his hand lightly over the holes. You didn't want this creep to touch you, so you kicked him in the leg, trying to crawl away to get some distance. He backed away for a bit, then laughed, walking towards you. He stopped near your head and just looked down at you with a grin, making you eye level with his boots. Oh no! You looked up at him, scared of what he's thinking, but then sudden blackness overtook your vision. He kicked you. In the face, no less. Pain seared through your mouth and nose as you covered them quickly, fearing he might kick you again, though something squished around in your mouth and you couldn't help but spit it out. You opened your eyes slowly and was met with the sight of bloody teeth on the ground. He kicked out your front fluffin' teeth. What's you guys in the teeth? Quit it! He leaned down and looked at you, his smile never fading. Jite picked up the bloody teeth and waved them in front of you. He taunted you with them, then threw them somewhere in the room. Now you're ugly. Just like me. Ugly, disgusting worm. Not pretty anymore. He suddenly jumped on you and grabbed your throat roughly, admiring the new holes in your mouth. You better not do anything with them. You tried to fight back, but he shifted his weight, making sure you couldn't get up or kick him again. Feisty worm. Thought you were a pushover, but I wasn't totally wrong, was I? He laughed loudly, his grip on your neck tightening. For an old man, he was surprisingly strong. Although, maybe you were too weak even compared to him. What's wrong with you? Won't Dice be mad at you for doing this? He cocked his head to the left and looked down at you with his weird look, his other hand going back to your wounds. Many things are wrong with me. And I couldn't care less about our smarty pants leader. He won't even notice your body gone, worm. His laugh was starting to give you a headache, but that wasn't the only thing that was aching. He lets go of your neck, positioning himself better. To say you were relieved was an understatement, but it still felt really weird once he grabbed your thigh roughly. You wanted to kick him again, but you were scared of losing more teeth. Hey now! Your stomach stinged as his hand traced over the little holes, making his fingers slightly bloody. Made holes in ya like worm makes holes in the ground. You tried backing away out of his grip, but he just made it tighter, making it nearly impossible to escape. He suddenly ripped the shirt covering the wounds, giving him more access to them. Blood dripped down from the sides of your stomach, making you visibly shake from the exposure. He snorted when you trembled, then stared into your eyes until you caught his gaze. He had this dark grin on his face, like he was planning the absolute worst for you. Then he did it. He grabs your throat again, making his grip immensely tight, signaling he wanted you to be quiet already. But how could you? After the excruciating pain, he finally stopped tearing, making your head go limp. Your throat felt raw, as was a little relieved once he let go of your neck. Though now a giant hole was left in your stomach. Blood quickly pooled onto the ground, and all he could do was laugh as he walked away from your line of sight. How very rude. Your vision was getting blurry, and you thought the torture was finally over, but you saw his spiked boots again. He crouched down, placing something next to you. You couldn't tell what it was, but it surely wasn't good. I had fun with you, worm. It's been a while since I made such a huge mess. And don't worry, none of you will go to waste. What? None of me? Will go to... Oh, is this why you needed to get that other ending before the other ending? Oh, dearie me. What? You couldn't figure out what he meant. I know what he meant. But then you looked to his right, focusing on what the thing he brought was. It looked like some sort of machine, but what did it do? Jite took his hand, then suddenly plunged it into your stomach, pulling out your intestines. You wanted to throw up or even pass out, but your brain wouldn't let you. It was betraying you. He put your guts into the machine, then started turning the handle, making this sick, grinding noise fill the room. You could feel everything. The slow, dull, painful crush of your guts made you sob. Now hold on a second. I don't believe you would actually feel that. The thing between your brain and your guts is actually disconnected, and you actually wouldn't feel that, so that's some comfort. But then again, this is a simulation. You didn't even scream. All you could do was take the pain. You turned your head to the side, slowly fading out of consciousness. You didn't want to see it anymore. Like, I'm bored of this. Bored of my organs being ground up. How rude. The last thing you ever felt was this dull, aching pain. The last thing you ever heard was his straining voice. "You sure'll make a fine minced meat. I wonder how much I can get out of you." Well, at least he said none of it will go to waste, so that's good. So maybe I'm gonna try to get an ending that's a little bit less gruesome. No kidding. Okay, so remember in the last episode when I got Varai's bad ending and I refused to help him? Well, now I can say, when he says, "Maybe you'll change your mind?" I'll go, yes, I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you. Really? I'm so glad. Varai wipes the tears from his cheeks and smiles at you, because if I said no, he would start crying, and then Dice would come in and he would stop me. You can start now. You put your arms around him. You could clearly hear his heartbeat. I can't wait for you to start, Espoir. His heart was pounding quite fast. Then he hugged you close and relaxed. He nodded approvingly, which meant you could start. Wait, you still don't really want to do that. You want to somehow avoid the fate of licking his eyes. His eyes don't exactly look appetizing to you. They look like they have more bacteria than your tongue does. They're very red and wet with tears. You take one hand off Varai's waist and put it in your pocket. Why did you stop? I thought you changed your mind. You quickly try to find something in your pocket to pierce. What? To pierce Varai's eye? But he interrupts you. Espoir? Are you trying to find eye drops for me? I don't need them. Only if you want my eyes to taste better. That is not a sentence I ever expected myself to say. Varai gently touches your face. He slowly runs his finger over your lips. I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable. I just want to see your... Varai plaintively tries to make you stick out your tongue because he's so very excited. Hey, please take your hand off me. Be patient, please. Sorry. I'm a little nervous. Having rummaged in your pockets once again, you think a little more before hurting him, but you decide to do it. There's a lot of different garbage and keys in your pocket. The keys seem to fit your purpose. You need to distract Varai somehow. You look around and peer behind Varai as if there's something behind him. What's wrong? Is there something behind me? Take a look for yourself. Okay. Am I going to hurt the boy? Varai is naive and stupid. The trick easily works on him. You clutch the key in your hand. Before he can turn his head back, you jump and hit his eye with your key, the one which has the most noticeable worms. Ooh, what? No! You put a great deal of pressure on his eye and pierce it. Varai starts crying loudly, but he doesn't even try to stop you. Hi-ya! My worms! You scared them all. You press his eye even harder, and Varai squeaks. Hey, stop, please. My eye. It hurts more than the worm that's coming out of my eye and scratches my eye socket. But I like the pain caused only by my worms. You pull the key out of his eye, only hurting him more. Varai falls to his knees and covers his face with his hands. He sobs and smears blood on his face. I don't like the feeling of this thick red water on my face. It hurts so much. Please, worms, crawl here again. Relieve my suffering. I wish you'd just rip out my eye. The pain is unbearable. Worms would have settled in my eye socket, and Boss's tongue could have penetrated there and pushed them right into my brain. Ah, this thought distracts me from the pain. Now he has an eye injury, but it seems he's more worried about the worms crawling out of his eye. You decide to leave him before anyone sees you with him. You wipe the key on yourself and put it back in your pocket. Cold? You try to open the door, but something outside prevents you from doing it. You push the door forward as hard as you can, and you find that the door is propped up by Dice, who had dozed off next to the garage. You carefully slip through the door to get out of the garage. Uh-oh. Dice doesn't react to you at all. He's totally immersed in sleep. You look around and quickly bolt somewhere far, far away from the garage, so Dice doesn't catch you and doesn't kill you if he wakes up. You're lucky that Varai didn't cry so loudly as to wake him up. Neutral ending for you, not Varai. Poor worm guy. Poor sweet worm guy. Well, that all escalated. I know there's an ending with Padar here, but either I'm missing something, but I just can't seem to get it, and I was really looking forward to it, but oh well. I'm still not 100% sure if I will play the sequel of this game, Wild Biker Boys, or at least play it for the channel, because it is indeed looking pretty wild. I don't know if y'all are ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I definitely wanted to get all of the endings of this game before I moved to that game, because the boys aren't looking too good, and I want to know why. But anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for hanging out with me. You toughed it out. Have a great night, take care of yourself, and remember, there is always hope.